So the FOMC met today, and that brought some very interesting price action that I'd like to talk about, specifically on whipsaws. So the whipsaws that I've identified before in the past look a little bit like this. So you have your buying climax here, automatic rally, standard test. And what defines a whipsaw, in my opinion, is you have this trading range here, and a whipsaw will break both ends of the trading range. So it'll liquidate all the people that went long, and then it'll liquidate all the shorts. You see that play out right here. So you got the first shakeout right here, breaking this resistance line right here. So that liquidated all the longs, triggered all the stop losses. And then we have our shakeout number 2 right here, which breaks the upper area of the trading range. And as you can see, we completely reverse to this price of desire right here. So whipsaws are very volatile. They have a lot of, it's a very volatile structure to trade. And they usually happen, I feel like they happen after news events. You know, after this happened also after the Jerome Powell speech, FOMC. So whipsaws, they're very volatile. I think they precede news events, but we'll have to see when these structures appear again in the future. Some other ones I saw here. So here's another whipsaw. I'm actually going to show you the aftermath of this, but you can see you got your selling climax right here and your automatic rally, which defines the trading range, and then you have your spring right here, which also serves out as the first shakeout. You got a test of the spring, and then your SOS up here also can be defined as shakeout number 2. Here's another whipsaw. So you can see that's how that looks. And then the one I'm going to show you right here, let's actually first go to do this, group those, make that. Okay, let's go first to the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes time slot. And we can see this whipsaw right here. Make sure that's on 30 minutes. Okay. So this is the aftermath of this whipsaw right here. You can see here's how it played out. So you got your selling climax, automatic rally, which defines the trading range. Okay, you got your spring test here, and then your sign of strength also serves as shakeout number 2 here. And as you can see here, we actually enter back into the trading range to create this much larger structure. And if you even wanted to, you could have the bottom of the trading range be out here, and it would still constitute as a actually, I don't know if this would constitute as a whipsaw, because the defining factor of a whipsaw in my eyes is if you have a trading range, let's just say like this, a whipsaw is going to go within the trading range until there is that moment of volatility. Then you'll have the whipsaw either whip up, right, to liquidate all the shorts, and then automatically reverse, taking out the lower support of the trading range. Okay, so it can be bullish, you know, something like that. That would be a bullish whipsaw. A bearish whipsaw would be something like that, you know. But it doesn't always have to be like that. Sometimes you can have scenarios where it's like down, up, down, right, to your path of desire, and that's exactly what happened in this whipsaw right here. You can see shakeout 1, shakeout 2, path. Price of desire. But anyways, okay, I think I'm rambling a little bit too much. So we had this whipsaw right here on the larger time scale, and then if we go to a smaller time scale, let's just say the 5 minutes, we also had another whipsaw right here because today or yesterday we had the FOMC meeting, and we had some very similar price action, although it was not nearly as volatile as this entire event. Right here, this was the other whipsaw. You can see on the smaller time frame, you can see you also have like this price compression here, right? You can define the trading range as down right here, up right here, and you can see we completely break support, whip in the other direction, and then go towards your path of desire. Okay. So onto this whipsaw. Okay, you have your the top of your range, I would say, is about right here. Bottom of your range would be about right here. Okay, so it's interesting to see this structure play out. because immediately right here, see, if you would have immediately immediately here you break the upper part of the range, okay, and then instantly reverses within like a 1 minute candle to the downside. Okay, so if you were trading this, it would have probably been best to place longs and shorts at the bottom and top of the range, right? And then just like define your risk. So if you wanted like a 3%, 4%, 5% window of risk, you know, but if you also are expecting it to go outside the bounds of the trading range, you could also use the volume profiler, so something like this right here, to give you an idea of where you can have some bids, you know. So obviously we didn't make it all the way up here, but if you would have chosen an area like this, for example, you know, something like this, and then placed a bid right in the middle of there, that would have been a great place to put a short, you know, and then you would trade it obviously just to the bottom of the trading range here. And I think if I can figure out how to trade these, if I'm anticipating whipsaw price action, because I know there's going to be a big market mover event, then I think that is how I would trade it. Okay, you know, I'd place orders long and short on both ends and just let the price come to those orders and hit them, you know. And then what's also interesting is the volume here. So let's go to the 1 minute volume. So we picked up bullish right here, at least on the 1 minute time frame, because on the other time frames, let's see, the other time frames, you know, it's still very bearish on the 15, bearish on the 1 hour, bearish on the 4 hour. So this is definitely still short-term price action. I wouldn't be bullish until all these start to flip green, but we got a nice rejection off the neutral zone right there. Okay, we also had another rejection right here, so that could have been your sign of more downside, indicative of that rejection off the 1 hour, right? And significant amount of sell volume here, although the 15 minute is starting to climb back up. We're still bearish on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, which does make me a little bit hesitant. It makes me feel like any sort of up price action that we have here is going to be reversed until we can at least establish some sort of general trend up on these time frames. But anyway, here's the video. As you can see on the 1 minute, we're bullish here. After that whipsaw price action, you had just lots of selling right here. Even though this was bullish, we didn't really find a bottom until over here, until this section right here, as you can see from that price action right there. But yeah, anyways, that was a video on whipsaws, just looking at this price range here. Looks like you got your selling climax, automatic rally, spring, no test of the spring. So makes me wonder if we'll see another dip down here. But as long as volume is increasing, I would imagine any pullbacks would be shallow. Although I do have some bids placed in this area right here for a retest of the upper support of the structure. Ideally, what would be nice is if we got something that came down here for a little bit before blasting off here and taking out all this up to, I want to say, you know, this is kind of, well, actually, this is kind of what I'm looking at. If we liquidate all these people that are shorting up to like right here, you know, that's at least my area of desire. And let's see if there's any confluence with this right here. If we come down, nah, not really. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. From here to here. Yeah, you got your 1618 right here. You got some supply right here. Let's go like this. Yeah, you got your first area of supply really right here. So maybe a move up to 20.8 before more down. We'll have to see how this plays out. But we are in just this very big trading range. Remove drawings. Oops, I accidentally removed indicators. I didn't want to do that. We're in this very big trading range right here. Got your bottom right there, automatic rally right there. So you have some UTADs up here. You had a Buick back to the edge of the creek right here with a sign of strength right here as well. But it was failed. And one of the things that is on my mind is if you do get these failed rallies and price comes back into the range, I wonder if it is expected that you'll at least see a visitation to the bottom of the range. So we'll have to see about that. And another thing I'm thinking is, I wonder if we are going to get a spring right here before we actually break out of this, like if that's actually going to be necessary, if we're going to need that. And even on the further time frames, you know, I'm curious of if this is just one big structure as well. So like if that is our selling climax right there, that is our automatic rally. Make sure these are, let me just make sure these are all right. Tiny. So I'm wondering if this could be also one big trading range, and if this is actually our spring right here, you know. So if this is our spring, then we should see a move up here before we get a retest back down to probably somewhere in here, you know, because if this is one big spring, let's see, and this is so if this is one big spring, you know, and we break out of this, so maybe we get a dip, come back up before we actually break out up to here before reversing, you know, having a deep retracement back here before we actually break out up here. So that could be a possibility. Although I'd want to see, oh yeah, that's quite a significant amount of sell volume right there. We would want to see the long-term VDO continue to rise. But as of right now, I think what is likely, what's possible, is we actually get more downside, because if we break out of this, you know, then we pretty much go to 10,000. Unfortunately, I don't like saying that, but that's just the way it looks. You know, if you do volume profile from like here to here, yeah, probably go straight to 10,000, which is unfortunate, but we shall see how this plays out. All right, peace out.